The process for making a quality tequila starts in the fields. At Olmeca Altos, we prefer the agave that's cultivated in the Los Altos region. Due to the elevation, 2,100 meters above sea level, the climate that we have there and the rich red soil, the agave yields a higher sugar content, and that's what we need for making quality tequila. The agave takes a long time from the planting to be ready for harvest. Jornaleros take care of the agaves between 7 and 8 years until it reaches its maturity. Then the jimadores come, select the ripe agaves, and carefully crop the leaves to render a heart of the agave, which is what's delivered to the distilleries. We like receiving the agave freshly harvested, typically no more than a day. This way we get the best of the juice of the agave. Once we get it, we slice it into quarters to expose more of the surface of the agave before we load it into the ovens. This is our ovens. This is the traditional way of cooking agave. It's cooked very slowly, takes 3 days, and we convert the starch into fermentable sugars, but it also produces very rich aromas and flavors. Once the cooking is complete, then we have 2 different flows for the agave to go: the Tahona process and the rollo mill process. The Tahona process is the oldest way of making tequila. This is where we take a volcanic stone wheel and crush the agave. The objective is only to macerate the fibers of the agave, and then we take the pulp, the juice, and the fibers, and we put it all in fermentation. The other process is the rollo mill. It's more contemporary, but it's been in use for more than 100 years. The objective here is a little different. It's to saturate the cooked agave fibers, crush them and squeezing the juice from it, and using that for fermentation. And in fermentation is where magic happens. With the aid of a yeast, we convert agave sugars into alcohol. We have our own yeast. We isolated wild yeast from the agave years ago, experimenting, and we found we liked this particular one that gives us specific citrus aromas and sweet agave flavors. For distillation, we prefer using copper pastilles because it gives us a cleaner smelling and tasting tequila. We distill it twice, carefully selecting the heart to achieve a specific character. And this is our barrel warehouse. The aromas, I wish you could experience that. It's incredible. For our reposado, we like using ex-bourbon barrels. And we store it long enough to modify the aromas and flavors from our blanco. We transform the citrus fresh green notes from the blanco into a deeper, sweeter touch of vanilla in our reposado. For añejo, it takes a little longer. What we're looking there is for a more complex, more influence from the barrels, more wood. And that takes much longer, between 15 to 18 months. And the final step is putting it into a bottle. And we do that semi-manually. In our lines, we have help from machines, but we have this special touch from human hands to make the difference. For the people that enjoy our tequila around the world, I like to say that in every bottle, you have a piece of the land of Los Altos, as well as the care of the people that make it with a lot of pride.